What's up, guys? Welcome once again to the Save Continue podcast. My name is Ryan Robinson. With me, as always, Tom Shelby.
Hello.
Special guest today, Stephanie Melcher, a.k.a. Melchbox, from Twitch.tv fame.
Hello, it's me, melchbox from Twitch.tv.
Fame. Every week we get together, talk about video games, related topics, hang out with Melch. Not every week we hang out with Melch.
Yeah.
Melch, what's been up?
A lot. A lot of things have been happening on Twitch. A lot of things have been happening on
You have to get used to television.
I officially am a part of the Twitch affiliate program thing that they just started.
Congratulations.
You got them bits.
I got bits.
I didn't know what those
can
were.
get some bits.
What's
now
bits?
I know what those
They're
were.
just
What is
little,
bits?
Like cheers, like hey, you're doing
It's
good
basically like you buy currency from Amazon and you can give them that currency. But like, here's the thing. Here's what I want to know. Do you get more if people just tip you straight out, or do you get more with the bits?
Donations generally. You
Okay.
get more. I mean, bits are you can get bits from watching ads and stuff,
Yeah,
or you can purchase them outright. But it's just like 1 cent per bit, so
got it.
just like a hey.
Do you have to also write the bits on your taxes?
There are yes.
Do you write bits?
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bit no.
So are you on your way to becoming a Bitcoin billionaire?
Heck no. No. But that's been happening. I also recently got a PS4, which I'm really excited about.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What'd you get with that PS4, Melch?
I got Uncharted 4.
Nice.
I got Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nice.
Last of Us.
Nice.
Neo.
Nice.
And Bloodborne.
Nice.
Yes.
All great games.
I'm really excited.
Have you played previous Uncharted games?
No.
Well, you know they have the Nathan Drake collection on sale for like $8.
It's the first 3 games.
Cool.
You should probably pick that
I
up.
should probably do that.
Just go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
How you haven't played any of the games,
No.
so you've never played Neo.
No, never played Neo, but I've heard really good things about it.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
You can pause in that game now.
Yeah. So you can be
Pause.
safe.
Pause. Good.
Yeah, because you know how in Dark Souls you can't,
Oh, yeah.
and initially in Neo you couldn't. So at any time,
They patched in that pause.
yeah, death was upon you.
Yeah.
Have you ever played The Last of Us before?
No. And that's I've wanted to play that since it came out.
You're in for a
All
treat.
those
Yeah.
years ago.
It will be exciting to talk to you
Yeah.
about that game.
I'm excited.
What's been up with you, Tom?
So there's 2 games that I played this week that I want to talk about.
Okay.
One, I did a playthrough of Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy, which you can see on our YouTube channel.
What's that YouTube channel, Tom?
I don't remember. Save Continue Podcast.
Yeah, just type that into the YouTubes.
It's shorter than I remember. Like when I first started, I was like, yeah, this game's about an hour. No, it's like 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time since I played it, but
Yeah.
still fun. Holds up.
Hold up.
I was hanging out with you when you pulled it up last week. That soundtrack is something else.
Yeah.
So it's some good video game music in there.
And then last night I got home from work and I got a free copy of Little Nightmares from a buddy of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I played through that bitch.
I'm playing through it.
I know. I messaged you like
Yeah.
while I was playing it.
Yeah.
You were streaming it, and I'd gone to have a smoke, so I pulled up your Twitch, and you were at the exact same part that I was at. So I was like, I can't
weird.
watch this.
Oh, okay.
But then I got off and finished it.
Short game?
Yeah, it's real short. It's real similar to like Inside or Limbo, although I think both of those games are better. It is really cool, and the animation and character models are better than those games.
What is the premise of that game?
So you're this little kid named Six, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Like, if you're trying to escape this boat or what, but
Are you tiny and they're giant?
I don't know. I mean, I
Regular
finished the
size?
game, and much like Limbo and
Yeah,
Inside,
like-
I'm still like, I don't know what I just played, but it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
But you asked me earlier, like, what spooks me. There has been 3 games ever to scare me, and that is the newest one.
So Little Nightmares give you the heebies?
Yeah, there's a point early in the game that kind of freaked me out a bit.
Yeah.
But I think that the problem with Little Nightmares is that whereas Limbo and Inside control on a 2D plane, Little Nightmares controls in a 3D space, much like Mario 3D Land. It's almost like a diorama, right?
Sure.
And because of that, there's certain platforming sections where I'm just running to the right, but like I wasn't holding the analog stick perfectly, so I fell off. Like in Inside, every death I felt like was my fault. Whereas with this game, I feel like I've died many times just because of the camera angles and controls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
That sounds annoying.
there are parts of the game, like there's a part that really freaked me out, and then I died, and like just trying to figure out what to do. I played through this part like maybe 10 times. So what started off as something scary and immersive turned into something that was just kind of annoying.
Sure.
But overall, it is a good game. I do recommend it.
Yeah. That sounds.
What do you think of it, Melch? You're playing it.
I mean, I feel the same way. I've fallen off of several items to my death because the angle,
Yeah.
the camera. But yeah, the animation is really, really cool. I like it a lot. Like you said, it's very, it's like Limbo and Inside. And
I found Limbo to be kind of creepy.
Limbo was creepy. But this one, like, it has that extra animation.
Yeah, the
It's
animation is really
it's
nice.
Really good.
And the character models and all that are really nice.
Yeah. I'm not done with it.
I feel like the character models are such that they could have went with claymation, and I wish that they had.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Have we had a claymation game since Clay Fighter?
There was one last year. I didn't play it. It's like a point and click.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm still on that Persona 5.
Yeah.
Not really much to say about that except
Play one day every day.
see that's sometimes one day is like 20 minutes.
I know.
So just
It'll
like
really last you.
What is that game?
okay, so were you familiar with the Persona series prior?
No.
Were you familiar with Shin Megami Tensei?
No.
No.
Shit.
Okay, so
Very Japanese RPG.
yeah,
Okay.
and
Like the definition of Japanese RPG.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the premise across every Persona game that I've played is that you're a high school student.
Is it a panty game?
No, there are no panties so far as I've experienced so far. So you basically the premise is typically that you're a high school student and there's some supernatural goings on, and you discover a latent power very early on, and throughout your adventure you make friends who also discover their own powers, and you work together to overcome a larger evil.
Cool.
You build relationships in the day that help you fight at night.
Nice.
And there's also like a collecting aspect that's very similar to Pokemon.
Yeah, you're
cool.
collecting the personas. And so there are some days in Persona games where you're not doing anything that is combat related. Sometimes you're going to spend a day going to the batting cage, or you're going to spend the day going out to eat ramen with your best bud.
Gotcha.
And one of the things that because as of the release of Persona 5, the series is 20 years old, and at one of the splash screens is like it says like 20-year anniversary or something like that, and it like shows all the high schools that have been represented in Persona games. But the games are always really kind of mind-bendingly weird in certain ways. And yeah, the games are really fun though. If you like JRPGs, and actually even if you don't, because I've said before that over the past decade or so, I've kind of lost interest in JRPGs. The one that has sustained throughout that time is Persona, and I think that even people who don't really typically like JRPGs could possibly be into that game.
Huge time sink though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Average playthrough is 110 hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
One of my friends on Facebook just finished it after about 120.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic game. Music is always awesome. I really like Persona 3. Tom says he likes Persona 4's music quite a bit.
It's the best.
The best. Persona 5's is really, really good. It's like more jazzy.
Everyone keeps throwing around the term acid jazz, and I don't know what that means.
I don't know what acid jazz is. I don't know enough about music to feel comfortable using that term. But it's a really fun game. There's a talking cat.
His name's Garfield.
Yeah.
Aw.
No, it's not.
And every Monday in
'cause he
game,
went
he's
to
in a really
shit.
bad mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game. This is probably. I was saying this before on previous episodes that this is probably, thematically speaking, anyway, it's probably the darkest of the series that I've played, because you're dealing with like a lot of themes of both physical and emotional abuse, and so it's kind of, it's
Certainly darker than 4.
yeah.
4 is very Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. And but also 3. Oh, so Stephanie, since you're not familiar with the series, in 3, to call upon your persona, you use what is called an evoker. The evoker is actually just a gun, and you put the gun to your head and pull the trigger, and your persona comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kids loved it.
Wow. Kids
And
love it.
and you will see, as you're going through a dungeon, you will watch your characters shoot themselves in the head hundreds of times.
Wow.
But
Also, you get the Tex Avery cloud.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so what Tom means is that so under certain conditions, like if you stagger all of the enemies on screen, it will give you the option to go all in and everybody attack them at once. In Persona 3, it was represented by that classic Tex Avery cloud, like you know in the cartoons when there's a huge fight and just a dust cloud and you see
Yeah,
fists and feet coming
Yeah,
out of the
yeah,
cloud.
yeah.
It's like that in Persona
Okay.
3.
Wow.
Whereas in Persona 5, and how did they do that in Persona 4? Or was it the same?
Samesies.
Yeah, okay. In Persona 5, when you do it, there's a different mechanic here, where since in this game you're what's called a phantom thief, so you're, as the word thief implies, you're stealing stuff.
Yeah.
So if you stagger all the enemies on screen, you go into what is called a hold up, and whereas all the characters like run toward the enemy and hold them up at gunpoint, and then you have 3 options. You can either extort them for money.
Nice.
I should say extort them for money or items, or you can demand that they give you their power and become a persona that you can use, or you can do an all-out attack. And where in this one, it goes into like a red background, and all your characters become these black blurs, and they're like all fighting. They're all attacking at the same time, and if you kill them, then whoever initiated the all-out attack, they have a really cool little screen that shows up, like a little victory screen that comes up, and it's actually really neat.
Cool.
I like it a lot. Now that you have a PlayStation 4, you should definitely buy it,
Okay.
like today.
It sounds like she's got a lot of games
I
to
have
work
a
through.
lot of games.
Nah, you don't have enough though, so
Oh.
go ahead and.
I mean, it's gonna take me a while to play the games I have now.
Which one are you gonna play first?
I was trying to decide that I really want to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Um,
Heard great things.
but I also really want to play Neo
Mm.
and Last of Us.
I think,
Last of Us is short.
yeah, it'll of
Okay.
all those games, it's definitely the shortest.
Okay.
It's got there's a lot of feelies for your heelies in that game though, so be ready for that.
Okay.
Also starts around San Marcos, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I mean,
Little shopping.
yeah,
Gotta do a little shopping.
well, you're not gonna do any.
Oh, okay.
Is it going to the outlet malls?
Yeah, go to the other mall. Yeah.
It's a really awesome game. It's one of those games that I would show people who aren't into video games, just to be like, hey, this is kind of where video games were at in 2012.
13?
Yeah, 2013. This is where video games were really at around that time, and they've kind of continued in a lot of ways to evolve beyond that in terms of storytelling anyway.
Sure.
I'm thinking about specific scenes in that game, and I'm getting a little choked up. But it's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I think you'll like it. You and Ellen Page just running around having a good time.
Yeah, me and my buddy Ellen.
I mean, to be fair,
Do you?
she does look like Ellen Page, but her name is also Ellie, which is
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
that annoys Tom.
So the characters aren't like you don't play as both. You only play as the
You
guy.
play as one. It's a think of it. How long would you say that game is? About 10 hours.
Yeah, maybe 8 to 10.
Yeah, about 10 hours of you play as Joel.
Okay.
He's a big brusque Texan man. You play as Joel, and you and Ellie have to make it to a place.
Okay. Cool.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna tell you why.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But I think that you'll really enjoy that game.
Sweet.
Neo,
You know, since you're on, I wish I had put like a little Belch counter.
I always should have. Melch's belches.
Melch's belches.
How many times do you think you're gonna belch over the next hour or so?
Depending
50.
on, I don't have anything to drink right now, so I mean, probably not as many as I would if I did have something to drink. Just like anything, it doesn't even have to be carbonated or alcoholic. I will burp.
Because you drink a lot of wine.
I do drink a lot of wine
So does the
And
wine.
milk.
and ale.
You drink a lot of milk. That's
No.
disgusting.
No, I don't. Nope.
You ever have milk with dinner?
Nope.
Nice glass of milk.
That's so gross. Melch, you've been playing a lot of that Battlegrounds.
PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
So I have very limited exposure to that game.
Okay.
It's super neat.
Everybody has compared it to Battle Royale. How accurate is that?
I mean, in the sense that you're dropped into a zone and you have to kill everyone else who is in that zone, and then the zone gets smaller and smaller and pushes all the people together.
It's the same as H1Z1.
Yes, but slightly better.
Okay.
What is better about Battlegrounds?
It's less buggy.
Okay.
Also, pans are bulletproof.
Pans will protect your buns. If you have them like unequipped, they're just hanging out on your back,
Oh.
and people shoot the pan and it'll go ding.
So if you have it equipped and someone shoots at you, can you like
Yeah,
Can you-
you could if you know
Can
how
you
to do that. I
just
wouldn't.
hold it up in front of your face and deflect it?
Yeah, just swing at it.
So, how long typically is a match for you? Because from what I know, like you die, and then you just go into the next game.
Right.
Right.
If you're like close to the end, if you win the game, if you get winner chicken dinner. Sorry, am I close enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Usually that can last like 30 minutes, depending on.
What's the usual game size?
It's around 100 players.
Jesus, that
Yeah.
sounds. Ugh.
But people
Pretty sure that's
die.
more than MAG.
It gets down to like half, like in the first
Real
10,
quick.
15 minutes. Yeah.
Before they even land.
Stephanie, would you
Right?
would you say that this is a massive action game?
Yeah. I mean,
If you didn't get it.
I don't get it.
You never heard of MAG?
No.
That's probably for the best. It's not a good game.
Okay.
So I assume, are you playing with mouse and keyboard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you don't obviously start the game with no weapons, right?
No weapons.
And
Nothing.
so what is your first order of business?
You-
Obviously you got to find something to protect yourself.
Right. Depending on like the first thing is deciding where to land, like where you want to go, what area of the map you want to land in. Because some places are better for loot, some places like a lot of people land there, so you're gonna fight as soon as you land.
Like a fist fight?
I've killed people with my fists.
That sounds actually pretty rad.
Sorry. Yeah, but so that's that, and then you get guns. You're constantly moving. Sometimes people camp if they're like right in the zone at the very beginning.
Like, okay, so I do know one of the things I know about the game is that doors don't close on their own like they do in a lot of shooters.
No.
So if like you see a door is ajar, then you know
Yeah.
that somebody has been there at
Yes.
least, and they could still be there.
Correct.
That sounds scary as hell. Like especially like if you're in a house and you hear some footsteps downstairs.
Yep. It gets your blood pumping, dude. Seriously. Like especially towards the end when you're one of the last few people alive. I've gotten the last kill and afterwards, like my hands are like shaking. It's intense. It's intense.
I was watching one of your subscribers stream this game, who you also frequently play some Rocket League with.
Okay.
And like the night before, well, excuse me, I was watching their stream Rocket League.
Okay.
The night before, I'd watched you guys stream Battlegrounds, and you guys were driving around like crazy people.
Yeah.
And I commented that you guys are much better at driving in Rocket League.
Yeah. It was arigato, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're both relatively new to PlayerUnknowns. We've been playing Rocket League for a very long time.
What if Battlegrounds had Rocket League cars?
That would be amazing.
Can you shoot from within the car?
Yes, you can. And they also just added motorcycles with little sidecars.
Cool.
That sounds badass.
Yeah, it's fun just to like go over hills and get some sick air.
Don't say sick air.
Don't say sick air on the air, please. Is it always free for all? Is there like teams ever?
You can go in solo. You can do duos, just 2 people.
Wait, if you have a team and it comes down to it's just you 2 left, do you have to kill them?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Because
that
there's
would
like a
be
separate
awesome.
mode.
Yeah, no. You go in solo.
Yeah.
And people do like queue at the same time as other people.
Right.
So they have like teams of fucking 5.
But then they have to kill themselves.
But then they have to kill whoever.
You ever been in a Mexican standoff in that game?
Yes. Yeah. I actually said that exact thing.
That game sounds really rad.
It's a lot of fun. It's still in beta, so there's like some bugs, but it's a lot of fun. It really is.
Like I haven't really played a competitive shooter online in some time. I think the last time I actually played one, the last one I played was Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so excited for Escape from Tarkov because it looks like this style of game, but just it looks so gorgeous.
Refresh me on what that is.
Escape from Tarkov. You're trying to escape from some fictional Russian city, but I think it's the same genre, like trying to kill everybody else and stay alive. But it's like super realistic and like one-shot kills almost all the time, and yeah.
Does that happen in Battlegrounds too?
Not really. No, that's some people rage because they're shooting people like.
Yeah.
6
I
or
shot
7
them in the
times.
face.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? And then they get like 2 shot and die.
Yeah.
And
Do you get to hear their rage?
if I'm playing with them, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have there's different options on what you want to hear in game and stuff, but.
Do you typically play solo?
No, not typically. I've played solo. I've never gotten a win. I've come like top 3 solo, but I usually play either duos or squad, which is 4 people.
You were playing with some gentleman who had the most marvelous voice.
Yeah.
Who should be doing some voice acting.
That he does. He does do voice acting. That's a guy named.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah.
He's a little bit crude.
I like his crudeness.
Yeah.
Because his crudeness comes off like extra nice because his voice is so nice.
Well, no, it comes off kind of creepy, but
Oh.
he's got like this amazing voice.
He does have an amazing voice.
So like to hear him say anything is pretty great.
Yeah.
Does he? So is he like creepy during the match or?
I mean, he just says things because they're funny.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. Like, yeah.
He's the best.
He just recently had gastric bypass surgery, so he's really
Yikes.
worried that his voice is gonna go away, or like it won't be as deep.
Yeah.
You know.
We sound like Barry White.
He's just got like this crazy good like newscaster,
Yeah.
like radio
Like
voice.
he belongs on ESPN.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does do voice acting part time and all that. Said he's done animes, also like some animes. I don't know.
So, I mean, your Twitch has been growing
Yeah,
quite a bit.
yeah. I'm almost at
Meteoric rise, some would
2,000
say.
followers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Of those followers,
Yes.
Oh.
of Shadow and Halsey
Uh-oh.
and Arigato and
You know where this is
and Blue
going, right?
Devil and all of these people that adore you. If you could only pick one, if you had to pick one to be the best,
Oh my god. They're gonna
the
have
one
to-
that you love the most,
Oh my god.
who is it? It's time for the hard-hitting questions, goddammit.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look, so Halsey has been my mod for a very long time,
I like him.
and he already knows, and everyone already knows he's like my right-hand man.
Okay.
He knows it.
So
Everyone
he's the
else
best
knows
one.
it.
Have you told him that before just now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He knows that he's appreciated.
Everyone, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think Shadow feels about this now? That he's not number one.
He's
Like, you can't-
what are you doing?
there can't be two number ones.
I can't.
Everyone knows how like I appreciate them. I don't know what are you trying to do, Tommy? I'm leaving. Good night. I didn't sign up for this.
I really like your flustered middle-aged lady voice.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is this? What is this?
We kind of just trapped you in here.
Yeah, thanks.
So, is that primarily what you've been playing on your stream?
That's yes.
Rocket League
Lately,
always.
Rocket League is always there. I mean, I just got into PlayerUnknown's like 2 weeks ago ish, and I have fun playing it like all the time. So, yeah, that's primarily what I've been streaming lately. But like I said, now that I have all these new games,
Can't wait to see your pro Neo strats.
I'm pretty excited. Yeah.
We can play that together now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can do online co-op stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
It works differently than in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I say a little bit better. But yeah, it's a really fun game. You're gonna die a lot, so I'm
Yeah.
sure you're into that.
Oh yeah.
They just released a DLC.
Okay.
So
Did you finish Breath of the Wild?
I didn't.
No.
I didn't finish it.
Why?
Because
It's because
It's-
she spends half an hour cooking. You spend a lot of time cooking in that game.
yes, it's true. Yes, you really, really do. I like that game a lot.
No, I mean you.
You
You
specifically.
specifically,
Well,
Melchbox. You cook for a long time.
Well, you kind of like if that's the only like one of the only issues I have with that game is that you can't just like cook all this stuff at once.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I thought you seemed to like the cooking.
I like the little ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, the sound it makes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good, but spending that much time
Sure.
cooking.
So during the course of, let's say, an hour, how much of that hour of the stream is you cooking things?
In Zelda,
Yeah.
probably.
She doesn't stream for like an hour though. She goes hard. She streams for like hours.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm saying, like, during an hour length
I mean,
of time.
depending on whether or not
Like,
I
are we
actually
looking
do
like 30
cooking.
minutes?
It's about it's like.
Do you and Link ever eat your dinner together?
Aw. Aw. I wish.
Are you looking forward at all to finishing that game so you can hurry up and play Uncharted?
If and when I do finish Zelda,
When?
when I finish
You'll
Zelda,
do it.
it will probably not be on stream. It'll probably be on my own time.
Oh,
Yeah,
'cause spoiler alert, right? Do you ever say that?
I do.
'Cause,
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
I don't know. One of the things about that game is it seems like are there like a lot of regular story beats with that game? Like, can you actually spoil that game?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because it very much, every time I talk to someone about that game, it never seems to actually, they never make any mention of the story
It's
whatsoever.
because there's so much to do outside of the
There's a
critical
lot,
path,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And like, it's not the best story, but this is also the first Zelda to ever have story DLC coming.
Mm.
So I'm hoping that improves on how the game ends.
Have you finished the game, Tom?
Yes.
You didn't care for the...
It's
ending?
not bad. It's just kind of meh,
Mm.
you know?
Like, Ganon's dead. That's it.
No spoilers.
Okay. Don't they typically end that way?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about the Switch at this point. because I'm not sure what because I would, of course, never buy it. I would never buy a system for one game. Legend of Zelda sounds really great.
I got it
Right.
on Wii U.
Yeah,
Same.
peasant.
Web.
But I feel like if I'm gonna play that, because I don't own a Wii U, so if I'm gonna play that game, I'm probably just gonna buy a Switch for it, or buy a Switch and play it on that, I should say. But I don't know, like that's so far the only real appealing game.
You don't want to play ARMS?
Not particularly,
No?
unless we're looking at some Stretch Armstrong and Backman DLC,
Yeah.
which seems like the obvious choice.
I'm just excited for the games that I've missed out on because I didn't want to buy a Wii U. Mario Kart.
8.
Yeah, and I've heard it's an excellent version of that game.
Splatoon.
Yeah, one thing I did want to mention that we haven't talked about. So you know how they're doing this whole bullshit where to play online, unless you have it docked, you're using your cell phone as well as for in-game chat.
I didn't know that.
Mario Kart 8 runs extremely well
Yeah?
through your LTE. Like it works just fine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. For those, I guess if you don't have an unlimited data plan, that's gonna suck. But
Yeah, that's true.
um,
But I got that. So
yeah, it's like who cares, right?
yeah.
Like, what are you doing if you don't have it, right?
I don't
Yeah.
have it.
You have a Windows phone.
No.
You got the-
We talk a lot of shit about Windows phones.
Stephanie, as someone who spent a lot of time playing Xbox, in the heyday,
In the heyday. Yeah.
what do you think of Major Nelson?
Larry Herb.
I haven't seen or
'Cause
paid
I've got-
attention to Major Nelson in a very, very long time.
I've got very pronounced opinions of that man.
Yeah.
Ryan hates a strong word. Ryan does not like him.
I don't trust him.
I don't like him. I've got like nostalgia for Major Nelson, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like you said. I haven't really played Xbox since I really got into PC gaming, which was like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've
Damn,
had
it has
an
been that
Xbox
long.
One. I've had an Xbox One since it came out, but
Yeah, and that thing is constantly powered on,
no.
constantly on YouTube.
Well, Lucy's on her 360 in
Oh,
her
I
room,
see.
and she's on YouTube.
I see, because I was like, man, Melch watched a lot of YouTube from her Xbox.
No, yeah, that's Lucy. That's Lucy. But yeah, my Xbox One is primarily used for Netflix.
Well, give it to Lucy if you're
Yeah,
not
if
using
you're
it,
not going to use it.
share.
Yeah, maybe if you did that, she'll subscribe to your channel.
That's true.
Probably
So think about that.
doing something wrong.
Buy her love, Stephanie.
Bye. Yes.
No, I just
Lucy's my daughter, by the way.
for those of you who aren't followers of the Melchbox, Lucy is her daughter who is sometimes on your stream.
Yes, she is.
What does she do on the stream?
She tells funny stories and makes people laugh.
So
She likes to bring up the fact that she likes turtles.
okay, turtles are
Yes.
cool
She people actually donated
because of her.
because her birthday was coming up and they wanted to give her a turtle. So
Nice.
she has a turtle now.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like you have a turtle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because it's kind of like in the same way that Tom's kids have a cat, so he has a cat now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's in her room. She does feed him. She,
Is his name Cornelius?
his name is Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie Hudson. Melcher.
Charlie Hudson Melcher. And you've
Yes.
okay. So so I know that, I mean, because Stephanie, maybe 5 years ago,
Yes.
no, longer than that, about 6 years ago, you and I lived together,
Yes.
and
Hold on. No.
it was about 2011.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time, your daughter was very much getting into. I don't know how into it she was before that, but she was very much getting into video games,
Yep.
and a lot of fancy pants adventures, and
Fancy Pants Adventures?
isn't that what it's called?
What is that?
Fancy Pants Adventures.
There's the game about the guys with the big shorts, and they have the weird hats.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah,
Fancy Pants.
yeah.
check it out.
Like a side scroller, you
Yeah,
do
like
all these
every
flips and
time
stuff. Oh my God.
I'd walk in and she'd be on the TV flipping around in those fancy pants.
Yes, I forgot about
And I remember you at some point you had gotten her into was it Sonic Generations?
Yeah, there was a Sonic game. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, how is her video game
She still
hobby come
loves
along?
it. She's right now. She is into Pokemon. She is constantly on her 3DS. Well, it's my 3DS, but she has kind
Well,
of.
now it's her
It's hers.
3DS.
Yeah, she's on it. She plays a bunch of the Pokemon games, Scribble Knots.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, she loves it. Some other ones she's got. Yeah, she's all about the 3DS right now, and of course.
How is she at Dark Souls?
Yeah. That's a good question. How is
that
she at
is a
Dark
good
Souls?
question. So we have yet to find out.
So I had this idea, and I think that idea might even be better. But I had this idea that I thought it'd be really great for Tom and I to challenge his son to fighting games and just destroy him
Aw.
at
Yeah.
the
And then
she's
like get up
really-
all up in his face when we win.
yeah. And like we're running out of time because he's getting older. He's just like 10 now.
He's
Yeah.
getting better at video games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's getting like that window is rapidly closing.
No,
Yeah.
she's surprisingly good at Super Smash Bros. Like I didn't even know she had played it prior to us playing, but she destroyed me.
Lucy's got that pro C-stick strat.
Yeah,
I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very surprising.
Final destination, no items,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So actually, I think that would be really interesting because I've never seen a kid play Dark Souls before, and I'd like to see
Yeah.
like how they fare and like figure out like a lot of those abstract, like
Yeah.
non-linear concepts of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
games, because the solutions to a lot of solutions to progression in those games is not abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see how often she like returns to the same areas, like looking. Because I remember, like as a kid, and like actually still as an adult, like there are a lot of times where I'll just wander around the same area, like what am I supposed to do here? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
Like didn't that what happened with you, Tom, with Little Nightmares?
No.
Oh, you just kept dying
With
a lot.
Little Nightmares, like it's pretty clear what you have to do for the most part. Yeah, I just kept dying because of camera angles and controls.
Yeah.
I now that you said that, getting lost and dying a lot, I spent a lot of last week playing Soma. I don't know if you've heard of
Oh
Soma.
man, that game looks so creepy.
Is that the
it's
is
a
this
scary
is
game.
that the underwater one or the
Yeah,
space?
it's
The
an
underwater one. Okay.
But yeah, it's scary, but
Yeah.
I usually, because I played Outlast. Well, I played part of Outlast. I didn't finish it.
But you got to the Dick Bros and
I
could
got to the
decided you
Dick
couldn't
Bros.
handle it.
I couldn't handle the Dick Bros.
I wonder if they're in
No.
the sequel.
They probably
I
are.
don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I asked somebody who'd been playing it. And
You
they
asked
said-
somebody that. Hey,
Yeah.
are the Dick Bros
yeah,
back?
Yeah. Have the Dick Bros made an appearance?
Those fellas?
I have to wonder if, like, when like someone says Dick Bros in reference to Outlast, if like they immediately know what you're talking
I think
about.
if they
Oh, for
played the
sure.
game, they
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. There's only one Dick Bros.
Yeah.
I was watching you play Soma. I don't know, maybe last week or the week before, and you have like this donation thing that's really creepy and loud,
Yeah, the jump scare.
and like
donation
yeah,
What's creepy
and
about
it scared you.
Yeah,
And like, why would you have that?
for money.
But like, it
people
works the
donate
same
money
if it
to
doesn't
scare me.
scare you. It works the same if you like make it less scary, right?
Well, no, because like
Well, people want to scare you.
you can set up different donation alerts,
Mm.
triggers.
So what
and
does the
stuff
sound-
Oh, yeah, yeah.
For specific amounts, you know, it's just like it's really really loud screaming, and like a scary face, you know. But people did it. when
Like,
I was
is it the
being
kind of
chased,
scream
and
that would cause your neighbors concern if they kept hearing it frequently enough?
probably,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it startles me watching the stream
Yeah. People
You know?
Just
got
top.
scared.
Oh.
because I'm not expecting it.
Oh.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. People. Yeah. It's fun.
Melch, what is your roadmap for making this your full-time job?
Just keep grinding. Like, just keep doing it.
I need a timeline here.
2 years.
you're putting a lot into it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I've got we both have other friends that stream that have been doing it much longer than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That have
Your trajectory seems to be much.
fewer followers, and but you put in more time than they do.
Yeah.
Like you're on there a lot.
I am on there a lot. Like I love it. Like I love most of the people I meet.
Well, you've got a really good core community, like better than most.
Yeah. Yeah.
like those are your buddies that hang out with you.
Yeah.
Like your group of people, they're nice, they're welcoming,
Yeah.
And a lot of streamers communities are not that way.
Also,
I'm learning that.
so one of the things that I've noticed watching you that's different than what I've seen with other people is that like it seems very much like you're doing it to have fun, and then like all the other stuff like your followers and everything else that came with it like kind of happened as a natural evolution to that.
Yeah.
And it seems instead of you doing it specifically because I want followers, and it just seems like you're just there having a good time.
Yeah. I think lately it's been like I've been having, because I do want to grow, the channel and the community and everything. I think lately I've been under a lot of pressure, just like
From Amazon.
Yeah, fucking Amazon. No, just like because I want to be like all inclusive. I want to have as many people in there, but there are some people that just don't fit, and I have a really bad habit of being too nice to people.
Well, there are a lot of assholes out there. Well,
Yeah.
that's
A
what
lot
your
of
mods are
assholes.
for,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and they like my mods, Halsey,
Yeah.
right hand man.
I mean, that's good though. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't want everybody to be in there, because if everybody's there, then you're gonna have a lot of dicks in there, and you don't have that. Like you got a good core group of
Yeah,
people.
because I think that
I mean, me personally, I'd rather have like a small group of people that are really fucking awesome than a huge group of fucking assholes. You
yeah,
know?
especially you get people in there with like toxic personalities, and that shit
Yeah.
spreads like real fast.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been dealing with lately.
Mm,
The last week or two.
yeah.
I can imagine that being difficult.
Yeah, it's been tough because this is like this is pretty much my life right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I have work and stuff, but
And a kid.
Yeah. But it's like I'm making money from it, and
Yeah.
it's, like I am super super passionate about it.
And that comes through as like really genuine too, which is again not something you see that often.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad that you're not one of the kinds of internet personalities that's like doing the okay, so there's this thing that I told Tom that like really annoys me about like internet like video personalities as far as
Yeah.
video games are concerned. The guys are like, hey guys, what's up? It's me again. I was like, just
Yeah.
shut up with your stupid names and your but you're not, it's very much like a hangout like kind of
Yeah.
vibe as opposed to like in your face Mountain Dew vibe,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I imagine would be exhausting.
That's it's like I think I really, like you said, like I have a very unique and special community of really really good people,
Yeah.
and like lately I've been like looking at other streamers, seeing what they're doing, and it's I guess it's good for them because it's whatever they
Sure.
have a lot of followers and stuff, but the kind of community that I'm trying to like, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. And people would pick up on that
and
if you tried
people
it.
have been picking up on that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've been trying to do different things and how I do things on stream, and people have definitely noticed.
Like, what's going on, Melch? What are you doing?
Yeah, pretty much, So it's like I'm just gonna.
Well, you're
take
doing
it
a good
easy.
job.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Proud of you.
It's rough.
Man. So when first of all, when we first became friends back in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
I never imagined that anything like Twitch
Yeah.
would be a thing.
Yeah.
And two, I never imagined that you would be so into something like that.
Yeah.
Especially considering that, knowing what I had known about your personality, I never would have imagined you doing something like that. But you are doing it, and you're doing a really good job of it. The only thing that I would suggest.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Okay.
The only thing I would suggest is that when you do dinner time, do more McDonald's and more spaghetti.
Do enough McDonald's that it's too much McDonald's.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
You should have been here. You should. Okay, so
A couple weeks ago, I got sick because I ate too much
because
McDonald's.
when you were doing, you were.
I'm pretty sure I
streaming.
mentioned it on your stream.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
Like you
did,
referenced
yeah, I
it,
think
but
so.
like he was like rolling around on the bed, like,
Oh,
Ryan, I ate too much McDonald's.
it was not attractive.
No. So you should have a day where
My
you eat too much
dum-dum.
McDonald's. One thing I was thinking just now when I said that it would it maybe might come off as like product placement, but like I also remember.
Yeah, get it. I'm loving it overlay.
Yeah. And like your new donation sound should be that da 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 da. But I was thinking about it, Tom, and
Yeah.
I was watching last week's episode,
Yes, sir.
and the beers we were drinking, I can't remember the name. But,
Oh yeah.
But they were all very prominently displayed with the labels facing out, and we're like, and in various parts we're like, this is some good beer.
You know what's funny is like in the first 10-15 minutes of that episode, me and Shanee are just like stuffing our faces with those nuts, all gross.
Yeah.
It's like I should eat on the fucking thing a little bit less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was trying to arrange the can to where like the label wasn't showing.
Who cares, dude?
But the label is on both sides, so I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it.
I drink Reds all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Reds?
Yeah, Reds apple ale.
Oh.
Just like all the time.
Yeah.
So I should probably start getting paid by them.
And like every time you take a sip, hold it up to the camera and be like, this is really good, you guys. This is Reds. I just
Reds.
go,
I've done that before, yeah. Reds. Apple ale.
So like you do it like hours at a time. Like on average, how many hours are we talking?
Normally Monday and Wednesday I go from 7 to 11.
Christ.
And then Friday I do 7 to like midnight, whenever. And Saturday I'm gonna like. 'Cause
Also,
I
you're
usually-
trying for another 24-hour stream.
At some point, I
Yeah.
would like to do another one. But
That's exhausting.
it is.
Ryan and I know because of Extra Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did one 24-hour stream once before. It was. I was tired, of course, but I also had a lot of fun because like a lot of people that were in chat were just keeping me going.
Yeah.
You know?
Remember when you came over for Extra Life last year?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
I didn't have very much fun,
Oh.
for being honest.
Sorry about that,
I was
Tom.
just really sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'll
Tom Tom.
yeah, that'll do it to you.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you say the year before it was worse though?
Yeah. This year, I think, fuck it, 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of time.
12 hours, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know where you get all that stamina.
I just like I get energy from just
God?
Yeah, God. No, like hanging out with people like in chat, and it gets me excited, gets me going.
Slamming back monsters, eating
Yeah.
those Doritos, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Double XP weekend.
Double XP.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, Stephanie, that every once in a while,
Yes.
I would like for us to play some PlayStation together.
Okay.
We're gonna play some Neo,
Okay.
and I'm gonna show you all my pro demon slaying strats.
Yes.
I call them Ryan's pro samurai slaying strats.
Okay.
Basically, it's where you go into the game.
Yeah.
You make sure, like when you join a game with somebody, you make sure that you take off all your armor.
Take it
Make sure you unequip your weapons,
Yeah.
and then you run off the nearest cliff.
Well, when she plays Battlegrounds, a lot of times they play pantless.
Yep, team no pants.
Sans pants.
Hashtag team no pants.
Is there a strategic disadvantage to being sans pants?
No. You just look good.
Your legs are cooler.
Your legs and your buns, showing them off.
Is the character ever wearing interesting underwear?
No, they're all just tighty whities.
Oh.
Really tight.
You think they'll have some DLC for underwear?
Probably not. You can unlock different shirts and stuff in crates, and pants and boots.
What do you suppose is the likelihood that there's going to be a DLC skin pack for Call of Duty World War II with skin packs for the guns and like they have like pot leaves on them?
I mean, there will definitely be skins for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pot leaves.
Yeah. I wonder what do you...
Which is kind of weird for a World War II game.
Yeah.
But I think they'll probably do it. They always do.
Yeah.
What are the odds of a Snoop Dogg voice pack?
Oh, man, that'd be so great.
Yeah.
Snoop.
Yeah.
World War II?
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so they've done Snoop, they've done Method Man, they've done Ice Cube, and when they did Ice Cube, he wasn't being Ice Cube, he was just being his character from that game.
Yeah.
But I would like maybe just have Ice Cube as Ice Cube. Just
more rappers in COD.
I think more rappers in COD is the way to go.
Yeah.
And I think that also they should have you know how they do, the double XP weekend with like Mountain Dew and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that for this one it should be more old-timey beverages. Like if you buy some Folgers, then
oh man, that'd be awesome.
Folgers double XP weekend.
Yeah.
I'd get in on that.
Yeah, I'd buy more Folgers. I mean, well,
I drink Folgers.
So I mean, think about how you could get double XP, more power to kill those Nazis, with that coffee that you're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm really curious as to what their strategy is going to be for that game, as far as like marketing the multiplayer shit. Because I'm trying to wrap my mind around realistically like what the skins would be that would fit in thematically, and I can't really think of anything. I can't really think of anything that actually makes sense.
Pinup girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that makes sense. Now I wonder if there is going to be any sort of... I wonder how that's going to be received, right? Because started with Advanced Warfare, they had like... Well, maybe called... I don't know about Black Ops 3, what that was like, but Advanced Warfare had all the like the wall jumping and the wall running and all that other shit.
Yeah.
And then the games beyond that had like all their other weird movement mechanics and I wonder if people are going to be okay with just going back to regular old Call of Duty. I'm okay with it. I've been wanting it for a while.
I bought Rainbow Six Siege and played I've played a total of maybe 7 matches.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Really, I hear good things about it.
I've heard good things about it, but I've played.
What don't you like about it?
You can bust through walls like the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, you can do that. It's just like I've played like maybe 2 online games, not like against AI, and I die like that. Because
Well, the game's been out for a while.
yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta learn the
I do.
maps.
And
Like-
it's the same with Counter-Strike and everything, CS:GO.
Yeah.
It's just a learning thing, but I don't
know, because there's a point at which it's just too late to get into the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna go and start playing Quake 3 now, because I'll just get destroyed and I'll never get any better.
Yeah.
And I feel like
You gotta play with bots first.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tom, I remember that because you bought for a while. You were buying pretty much every Call of Duty that came out for a bit, right?
Yeah, I'm that guy.
But you also said that it's like there's a window where if you don't...
I feel like with most online competitive games, it's very advantageous to jump in early.
Yeah.
Like we talk about Rocket League, right? Like you and I played Rocket League the first week it came out, and then we stopped, and then I went back to it, and I was just getting my ass handed to me.
People are so good at that game now. It's
Like
crazy.
week 1, I wasn't bad.
Yeah. When everyone else was learning the game.
Yeah.
Week 6, no, I was horrible.
Now it's on a whole other level.
Well, I see you guys playing and like just traversing, just driving around. You guys are doing all these fancy flips and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
Like,
I
how do
can't
you
even
keep
do
track
one
of
flip.
everything? Like
It's,
all
it's
those
a
flips.
lot of muscle memory and knowing where your car is gonna land, how it's moving, and where the ball is, and other people, and
Yeah.
it's a lot.
How long do you think it'll take for them to do Rocket League IRL? Not like with all the crazy physics shit, but like,
I think didn't somebody already do that
did they?
with a big ass ball? I thought so.
Well, I mean,
I've never seen that.
It's cars driving around hitting a ball.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've never seen anybody do that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool to watch.
Remember
It's funny.
when you? I remember a couple years ago. I think you were on a trip somewhere. I think it was you, and you were posting pictures of people playing polo on bicycles.
Oh yeah, bike polo. Yeah.
When do you
yeah.
think that's going to be a video game?
Oh yeah,
I don't know if it would ever be a video game. I think it's
Why not?
that sounds like it'd be a pretty cool video game.
on bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you were having
Video
fun doing
game.
it IRL,
Yeah.
so
It's. I mean. Yeah.
I mean, I
know.
don't. Look, if car soccer could work, then bike polo could work.
Yeah, but yeah, as a video game though, it just.
Well, you'd have to put some kind of like crazy
spin
twist on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would need power ups.
Like they're rocket bikes now.
Yeah,
Oh.
rocket bikes, power ups. I need
Yeah.
a little bit of violence in there.
Yeah. I mean,
Make
there
it-
is
make it
violence
super
Get Jeremy
already.
Dunham on the phone.
People-
We've got his
people-
next game.
People get hit with mallets and like the balls like hitting people in the wherever.
Yeah, fatalities.
No
Yeah,
fatalities.
get fatalities.
No fatalities so far that I know of.
No, but
Broken
in
bones.
the game though.
I'm sure we're not the
IRL.
first people to think of this, but like Ryan and I were talking about how like animalities in the early Mortal Kombat games, why weren't they called bestialities?
Oh my god.
Because you had your babalities, you had your fatalities. Where's the bestialities? That's awesome. That's actually a really good way to end the show, right?
Yeah, bestialities.
Bestialities.
Yeah.
This has
Also-
been what?
Plug your Twitch and all
Oh, yeah.
that.
My name is Melchbox from Twitch. I've got a shirt that says Melchbox right here that I designed.
Okay.
It's for subs.
Okay, so if you're,
I'm a sub.
It's for like.
It's for better subs.
I'll make it a little bit more legible for you.
Higher
It's
tier.
twitch.tv/Melchbox.
Do it.
Go there, subscribe to it.
Game Wisp to subscribe.
Game Wisp. I'm not a partnered Twitch streamer yet, so I don't have.
Okay, go through Game Wisp,
You can follow me though.
but follow her. Watch her. Look, watch her eat her dinner in real life.
I do that.
Watch her eat her dinner in Legend of Zelda.
Correct.
Watch her play car soccer.
Car soccer.
Very soon, watch her play some PlayStation.
Yes.
Look, you subscribe, you get those movie nights, which are
Yes.
hilarious.
Yeah, watch movies with
I have
Melch.
Sub movie nights.
Yeah.
It's a
Really
lot of
should have
fun.
called it movies with Melch, but
Ooh.
That's a good idea. That's a good ass idea.
yeah,
Good ass idea.
yeah. So maybe rebrand that.
Yeah, probably.
This has been the Safe Continue podcast. My name is Ryan Robinson. With me is Tom Shelby,
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Stephanie Melcher, Melchbox. See you next week, guys.
Bye.